Hey everyone, Andrew Frech here, the View and Product Reviews. Today I want to talk to you about my thoughts on the Wavlink 4-bay hard drive enclosure and seeing if it's worth grabbing or not. So let's go and dive into this enclosure and see if it's worth the pickup. And by the way, I did receive this from Wavlink as a gift, so I don't have to return or anything. So let's just go and dive into it. Alright, so this 4-bay hard drive enclosure offers storage for 3.5 inch and 2.5 inch HDDs as well as SSDs. So you have a lot of flexibility in what kind of hard drives you decide to store in these. Plus, at the same time, too, you can store up to 88 terabytes of total storage, which is a ton of storage. So it means that between all 4 hard drives that you place inside this bay, it needs to equal out to a total of 88 terabytes as a maximum. But you can, of course, you can put in less than that if you choose. So this means that it's great for storing massive data libraries, whether multimedia projects and lots of video content or other types of files that require a ton of space. This is going to be very handy for that. And particularly in my use, I'm going to find a ton of use in being able to store away a lot of my old video files, things that just take up a ton of space on smaller hard drives, but this will be a good secondary backup for myself to be able to store everything away all in one place without having to have a ton of spare hard drives just lying around. And it's built with USB 3.2 USB-C ports, so it does offer you data transfer speeds of up to 10 gigabytes a second, which is extremely fast and definitely very needed for professional workflows or people trying to move large files over, such as multimedia project files. And you do get multiple cables with that too. So you get a USB-C to USB-C cable, as well as a USB to USB-A 3.0 cable. So this is going to be great for like video editors and people who work with large video projects. And in particular, this is going to be handy for myself as I do video editing, and video editors alike are going to understand that this is very useful to have and to be able to use those blazing fast speeds to be able to transfer your files over quickly and smoothly. So beyond the storage, you might see that this also does include a secondary USB Type-C port as well as an HDMI port. And that's because the HDMI port actually offers a 4K at 60 Hz resolution for a secondary screen, so you can expand your displays. And the USB Type-C port allows you to daisy chain multiple devices at once, so you can use this and have multiple devices all tied in together. So it means that you can daisy chain multiple units to each other and expand out your storage capacity. And because this is built with a durable aluminum shell, it not only protects your hard drives really well, but at the same time also dissipates heat when they are being run really high. So at about 48 degrees Celsius, this will start to kick in the fans, and so the fans will turn on to ensure that the hard drives don't heat up too much when they are in heavy use. And for me personally, I haven't experienced any overheating with this, and I haven't experienced the fans kicking up at all, but that could be just because of the aluminum shell. It could also be because I'm not utilizing this to the fullest extent that they could be utilized for, which is great because it means I can utilize this more than I already am, and I appreciate being able to expand out how often I use this and how heavy of a workload gets put onto this device. And another thing that's really great about this is a hot swappable device. So it does mean that you can operate hard drives individually from one another. So you don't actually have to have all 4 hard drives turned in at the same time. You only have to have 4 in there if you don't want. You can have 2 if you want, or just a single one if you choose. So it means that basically each one of these buttons here can individually turn on and turn off the hard drives without having to power on and off the device all together and having everything turn out at once. So it's just going to give you a little bit less wear and tear on your hard drives when you only need to utilize 1 versus needing to utilize all 4, or say you want to utilize hard drive 2 versus hard drive 4 and hard drive 3, and so on and so forth, basically. And now, though this is a little bit out of my wheelhouse, this is more of a data management and IT type of thing, and this does give you the option to rotate out and data manage different devices at the same time without having to stop all the data flowing in and out from this main device here. It means that this is perfect for backup rotation as well as data management as a whole. And what's great too is I've used Wavelink's products before, so I've used them for other kinds of enclosures, hard drive enclosures, as well as adapters and other kinds of computer accessories, and never had a problem before, so I love that this one also works just as smoothly as the other ones have. So yeah, I like this thing a lot. This has been great for my setup. I haven't fully integrated this into my current workflow yet, but this is something that I'm going to be keeping around to integrate eventually into it. I do have to buy a couple more hard drives to make sure that they can integrate well into the setup, but for the most part here, this is going to be super handy for providing me a secondary backup. Now, this might be a little bit larger than your standard hard drive enclosure, but because it holds 4 hard drives in total and offers up to 88 terabytes in total space, this is going to be really hard to beat. You would need to find other 4-bay enclosures to get similar results. But I'm super excited to be able to add this into my workflow and be able to store all my old video files away on a secondary location and not just stored away in the little SSDs I have in a little pile in the corner of my room. So yeah, I hope this information helps you out in picking out a good hard drive enclosure for yourself that offers space for multiple hard drives. So thank you so much to Wavlink for sending on over the 4-bay hard drive enclosure. Until next time, I'm Andrew Frech, the View and Product Reviews. I hope you have a wonderful day. Bye. And by the way, if you do like this content, feel free to give my video a like or subscribe to my channel. It always helps out. But otherwise, I hope you have a great one.